Next we learn about generator option inside Cinema 4D. Generator can use to create 3D shape from a spline. You can access this generator option by using this small panel over here, or you can go inside create menu, and inside generator option you can see the all options are same like this panel. So first we learn about the lathe option. For the lathe we have to create a profile curve or a side curve in any orthographic view. So I press F3 for side view, and here I can create a curve, a profile curve for my object. I can click on the Bezier option. I create very small shape over here like this. I jump back to perspective view. You can see this is my profile curve, and thereafter I can click on this lathe option. But you can see there is no effect of lathe on this spline. To apply a lathe option or lathe effect on this spline, you have to drag this spline on the lathe, something like a child parent relation we learned before. I just drag this spline on this lathe. You can see this down arrow over here. I can click over here and drag it. You can see we create a small object by using the lathe. Anytime when you want to modify this shape, very easily you can modify it. Just click on this spline, jump to point option, select move tool and click and select any curve point, and you can move it like this, and you can modify it like this. If you distract with this 3D shape, you can hide that lathe just clicking on this tick mark. Now you can modify your object as per as requirement, and then after you can on this lathe option to find out the final result. This way you can modify lathe inside Cinema 4D. In lathe property, we have lots of options like angle. You can cut this shape or object like this. You can add subdivision for better smoothness. To see this subdiv, you have to go to lines option. You can change this subdivision option like this for better result, for better smoothness. Next one is the isopalm subdivision. You can't see it. For that you have to on this isopalm option, and then after you can modify this like this. Movement, you can tear it off like this, and the last one is scaling for the effect. Normally it's for a lighting property. I'll tell you later on how to use it, or for texturing purpose, but right now I keep it as normal as we created. For caps, I will tell you later on how to use cap in different parameters or different options. Next we learn about extrude option inside generator option. For the extrude I have to create a 2D spline, so I can create a easy one like a star, and then after I create a extrude option. Same like a lathe, we have to drag this star from here to extrude option, and you can see I create an extrusion of this star. I want to modify that. I can click on this extrude. You can see the movement option over here. I can change the depth of this star by increasing this parameter. Here I can change the subdivision level. Again I have to click lines option on, then I can see the depth subdivision of this star. Inside cap option, you can open this start part by using this start cap option. I just say none, and you can see it's open now. For the end part, I can click none on this end part. See, now it's an open shape. You can create a fillet at a start, and you can change this parameter like a steps for smoothness and a radius for the greater result. Same thing I can do with fillet option inside end option. But if I want to use fillet and cap both, that time I can go and say fillet and cap, I can click on this fillet and cap option. I can change the steps like this. Okay, I'm changing the end part. Okay, I change the starting part, starting fillet option, and I can change the radius of the starting fillet. This way I can modify the cap property inside extrude option. Next thing we'll learn about the sweep option. It's a very nice option to understand. For sweep, we have to create two curves or two shapes. One is for extrusion or for profile curve, and another one is for shape. So I first go and create a basic shape like a rectangle. I flip it like X and Z. I change the radius of it, width and height like 100 by 100. Okay. Now I create any profile curve like arc. I change start and end angle of it like this. Okay. Now I click on this sweep option. I can drag these two objects into the sweep. It's very important how you sequence the object. Okay, when I drag this back down, you can see it changed the effect. The sequence of this profile is very important. I keep it up again. I can change the plane of this rectangle option. Now you can see I create a 3D shape by using a rectangle and arc. We can modify the sweep option like again the subdivision, end part, start growth, something like this, or turns, end rotation, start growth, end growth, like this. Now another example of sweep, I create a small circle over here and a text over here. I'll show you how can we create a 3D text by using this sweep option, and you can create a very nice animation by using this sweep option. So I click over here on the sweep. First I drag a text on the sweep, then I drag a circle on the sweep. You can see it's create a 3D shape like this, but the radius of this circle is too big, so I can click on this circle option and I change the radius of this circle like this. You can create a 3D looking shape. Inside sweep you can animate that like this. Okay, character by character it's appearing like this, and it's create very nice effect by using a sweep option. Now we learn about the loft option. For loft we have to create a multiple shape. It's connect that all shape in sequence and it's create a 3D shape by using that 2D shapes. For that I create a circle. I change the plane of it. By using a control I can create a copy of this circle. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 like this. I change the radius of some circles like this. Okay, I can modify anything like I can make it ellipse or something like that, so I can create different shape over here like this. Fine. Now I apply a loft option. I select them all by pressing shift and click and drag them all inside loft option. You can see It's create a basic form of object over here. I can modify any circle like this, or change the radius of it like this, like this. In loft property, you can change the subdivisions for better result, and again the cap to open the shape. See, the bottom is locked but top is open. I can change the radius of it like this and like this to create an object like this. This way you can use loft to create a different type of shapes.